Welcome to our coverage of Bayern Munich v Real Madrid. Shame, shame, shame on the Premier League, though with genuine apologies to fans of the aforementioned English clubs, who are free to demur. This sounds more like an old-school European Cup semi-final, doesn't it? Hey, we don't write the rules. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. BST. Eis Zustand. Está encendido. It's on. The teams Bayern Munich Nur, Kimmich, Kim, Dier, Mazraoui, Lamer, Goretzka, Sane, Muller, Musiala, Kane, subs up Upamecano, Gnabry, Choupo-Moting, Zaragoza, Peretz, Davies, Guerrero, Ulreich, Tel, Pavlovic. Real Madrid, Lunin, Lucas, Rudiger, Nacho, Mendy, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Cruz, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., subs Courtois, Eder Militao, Modric, Camavinga, Joselu, Ceballos, Garcia Diaz, Güler, Arrizabalaga, referee Clement Turpin, France. Bayern Munich make 3 changes to the team that started last Saturday's 2-1 Bundesliga win over Eintracht Frankfurt. Leroy Sane, Jamal Musiala, and Min-Jae Kim take the places of Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting and Rafael Guerreiro, who dropped to the bench, and the injured Matthijs de Ligt. Harry Kane leads the line. Real Madrid made wholesale changes to their side for last Friday's 1-0 La Liga win at Real Sociedad, to the extent that only 2 of their starters in that match keep their place. Aurelien Tchouaméni and Captain Nacho are the lucky men. Thibaut Courtois, a long-term absentee after rupturing his ACL last August, returns and is on the bench. Jude Bellingham faces his England colleagues Kane and Eric Dier. Bayern and Real have played each other 26 times before, every single fixture coming in the European Cup. 14 of those matches have been at the semi-final stage, so this is a summit meeting between royalty. All right. Bayern have 4 aggregate semi-final victories to Real's 3, but the Spaniards have won the last 2 ties. The most recent meeting was the 2-0-1-7-1-8 semi, when Madrid won 4-3 on aggregate. Bayern's record at home against Real is W9D1L3F26-18. Initially, I was quite conflicted on this matchup. I don't like either team, but one of them has to go through. So what do? After a good hard think about it, okay, maybe 5 minutes, I've come to a conclusion. As much as I would enjoy Harry Kane not winning anything this season, I can never forgive that Sergio Ramos arm lock which dislocated Salah's shoulder, or his subsequent elbow that concussed Karius in the 2018 final. Ramos is gone, but he's got a suitably dirty replacement in Dani Carvajal. I know it is naive and unlikely sick, but I want Real Madrid to never win anything ever again. Am I still bitter? Maybe Joe Pearson. To your point that this is an old-style European Cup semi-final, it has been said that the upstart result of the much-lamented Cup Winners' Cup in 1983 prompted the elite clubs of Europe to lobby UEFA successfully to start the so-called Champions League in the first place. Of course, as you know, in that year, the Cup winners of the Cup Winners' Cup defeated both Bayern and Real. In a parallel universe 41 years on, the winner of tonight's tie will face Aberdeen. Well, what went wrong with Aberdeen and with FootballRivalry in general? Donald Phillips. The teams are out. Bayern play in their red and white, forcing Real into their dark blue change strip. A fine couple of cold steins and atmosphere of anticipation at the Fußball Arena München, as UEFA insist we call the Allianz Arena. It glows red in the Bavarian night, a huge banner celebrating the late, great Kaiser Franz Beckenbauer. We'll be off after a quick blast of Zadok the Priest. Let's go boys, Jude Bellingham shouts to his teammates as he claps some encouragement before Bayern kick off. 41 see a huge chance for Bayern. Sane is released into the Real box down the inside left channel by Kane. It's a tight-ish angle, but Sane only has Lunin to beat. He hits his shot straight at the keeper. What a start that could have been. 5-min Musiala turns on the Jets and earns a corner down the inside right channel. Kimmich plays it short and back to Musiala, who attempts to return it down the channel. Kimmich wants to cross from the byline but settles for a second corner. 7-min Real have started a little slowly. A couple of loose passes in the midfield and Goretzka is able to slip Sane into loads of space on the left. Sane thinks about looking for Kane or Musiala in the middle but hesitates and the chance to cross is gone. So is the chance to shoot just about, and in a panic he flays a wild effort over the bar. 9-min Kane attempts to score from the halfway line, having spotted Lunin wandering around miles from his goal. It's always heading over the bar, but full marks for ambition. Kane's getting a taste for this sort of thing. 14-men Bayern continue to stroke it around, probing hither and yon. They're all over Real, but the visitors are holding their shape, and despite Bayern enjoying 64% of possession so far, they've only forced Lunin into action once. 19-min Kane attempts to release Sane down the middle, but Rudiger spots the danger and saunters across to intercept. The aforementioned Kaiser would have been impressed with that display of insouciant defensive authority. 21-min Real finally show an attack, Lucas Vazquez winning a corner down the right. They play it short, then Vinicius Jr. shanks a weird shot come cross high into the stand behind the goal. A few of his teammates give him the what for. Goal. Bayern Munich 0-1, Real Madrid Vinicius Jr. 24. Suddenly Real pounce. Cruz ambles in from the right before playing a defense splitter down the middle. Vinicius Jr. is clear. He opens his body and slots past a flailing Neuer and into the bottom right corner. Easy as that. 26-min Muller, playing in the pocket, wedges down the middle in the hope of releasing Sane into the real box. Sane goes over and wants a penalty, but he's not getting one. Lucas Vazquez had gently nudged him off balance, but nothing that deserved the award of a spot kick. 28 men Bayern have responded well to going behind, in so much as they don't look rattled and are stroking it around in their usual imperious style, but the chance creation isn't happening anymore. 30 men Vinicius Jr. tries to sprint past Kim down the right, but the big defender isn't having any of it. He holds his line impressively. Bayern counter, and Musiala dribbles into a little space down the right, but he can neither find Kane in the middle nor work enough space for a meaningful shot. Real eventually clear their lines. 32 men Real stroke it around the middle of the park again. Slow and sure, happy to let the clock tick on. Bayern don't commit to the press, and it's a bit of a standoff. On the touchline, Thomas Tuchel rails at his low-energy players. 37 men Bayern get the ball back and get patient. A lot of sideways passing and not much in the way of speed. They need to pick it up. Mazraoui takes matters into his own hands and suddenly sprints down the left to earn a corner. 40 men Rodrigo drives down the left and attempts a 1-2 with Bellingham, who miscontrols. Bellingham has been quiet so far. Give him time. Bayern counter through Musiala, who has been Bayern's most dangerous attacker up to this point. He dribbles down the inside right channel before drawing a clumsy foul from Nacho. A free kick in a very dangerous position just outside the D. 44 men Bellingham's been quiet, but he suddenly pops up, chasing Valverde's long pass down the inside right channel. Mazraoui comes across and cynically clips his ankle just outside the box. Into the book he goes. This is a free kick in a very dangerous position. 45 men Rodrigo hammers a rising free kick that clips off the top of Kane's head and out for a corner. Kane brave in the wall there. Cruz sends the corner in long from the right. Rodrigo tries to beat Lamer on the opposite flank but settles for another corner. Cruz ambles across to take that one. Halftime Bayern Munich 0-1 Real Madrid. Cruz and Valverde attempt a short corner routine. It's no good, and after 40 additional first half seconds the referee blows for halftime. Bayern started fast but spluttered out of gas soon enough, while Real quietly and efficiently moved through the gears and deservedly lead at the break. 47 men Leroy Sane remained on the pitch for the duration of the halftime break, keeping warm. He's got a pelvic injury which becomes problematic when he cools down. Let's see if he can make it to the end. 48 men What a fine goal that would have been. Goal. Bayern Munich 1-1, Real Madrid Sane 53. Just as well Bayern kept Sane warm. He picks up possession out on the right touchline and chops infield past Mendy and into the box. He rasps a fierce shot towards the bottom right. Lunin can't stop it sneaking in, so hard is the shot. Bayern level. 55 men that came out of absolutely nothing, and credit to Lamer, who burst down the inside left channel from deep before switching the play to Sane on the right. A fine pass and assist. But should Lunin have saved it? Possibly, but the shot was so fierce. A penalty for Bayern. 56 men Musiala dribbles into the Real box from the left. Lucas Vazquez dangles out a leg and clumsily clips him. Over he goes, and the referee points to the spot. Kane prepares to take. Bellingham has a word in his ear. Goal. Bayern Munich 2-1 Real Madrid Kane 57 pen Kane stutters. Lunin blinks first and dives. Kane rolls the penalty into the bottom left, cool as ice, and what a turnaround. 60 men, what a stunning turnaround. Bayern looked utterly devoid of inspiration and ideas before that Sane strike. Now they're first to everything, and Kane chases after a long the left and crosses low for Kane, on the left-hand edge of the 6-yard box. Kane spins and scuffs a shot across goal. It deflects off Rudiger and inches wide of the right-hand post. Lunin rooted to the spot. Bayern so close to a third. 71 men Kim competes for Kimmich's corner from the left. Lunin punches out for a corner on the right. Kimmich trots over to take that one too. He hits it long. Dier wins another header, which only just evades Muller on the edge of the 6-yard box. Had that dropped more kindly, Muller would surely have put that away. 75 men Cruz's free kick fails to beat the front man and Bayern clear. But Real come back at the hosts, Kane clipping Cruz on the left wing. Before that free kick can be taken, Cruz and the disappointing Bellingham are replaced by Modric and Brahim Diaz. 78 men Bayern set about drawing a little bit of sting from the game. Some methodical passing around the back. A fair chance that both managers would settle for 2-1 right now and take their chances next week. Penalty for Real Madrid. 82 men Kim is spun again as Vinicius Jr. passes to Rodrigo down the inside left channel. Rodrigo drops his shoulder and turns, only to be grabbed and dragged down by Kim. The referee points to the spot, then books the stand and central defender. Goal. Bayern Munich 2-2 Real Madrid Vinicius Jr. 83 Vinicius Jr., like Kane before him, stutters and the keeper goes first. Vinicius Jr. carefully sidefoots down the middle, into the space vacated by the goalie. A real draw level. 85 men, that was a clumsy mistake by Kim. And possibly a very costly one. Bayern immediately attempt to restore their precious lead, Gnabry dribbling past Mendy on the right and shaping to shoot, before cutting back and eventually attempting from a much more difficult position. He lerupes harmlessly over 90 min. Vinicius Jr. sends Mendy romping into space down the left. Mendy cuts back from the byline in the hope of finding Joselu, who clatters Kim, and the whistle goes. There will be 3 additional minutes, but probably more because Kim needs treatment. Full-time Bayern Munich 2-2 Real Madrid. The whistle goes at the end of a highly entertaining semi-final of ebb and flow. The second leg at the Bernabeu next week promises to be a cracker. Harry Kane embraces his old Spurs mucker Luka Modric. The Bayern striker looks a little deflated but not distraught. He and Bayern would have surely taken this result during the early exchanges of the second half, when they looked bereft of ideas. But suddenly the hosts burst into life with 2 goals in short order, and a precious first leg lead looked on the cards until Kim Min-jae clumsily conceded a penalty in the closing stages.